What's happening, people? Welcome back to another episode of The Red Divided. Myself, Tommy.
You got out of here.
And you got myself, Ham, a.k.a. Two Phones, like I'm trapping out this bitch. I had to switch my hustle. I no longer support a football club, so
I was about
switch my
to say,
hustle.
swap the title for a phone.
All right, final episode of the season. If you haven't already, please subscribe to the YouTube channel, share it with friends, family, and all the good stuff. There wasn't much excitement today apart from the relegation, but we pretty much knew everyone was going to win, right? Obviously, first half they didn't score a goal, and then Abdullah.
Yeah, I don't know though. I didn't know they weren't going to win though.
No,
I didn't know. I was just happy. I didn't think it was a foregone conclusion that everyone was going to stay up there because they were at home to Bournemouth. Not that everyone are good. So I thought Bournemouth could get a draw or beat them, and then Leicester could win, innit?
Yeah. Got to a point that I just thought they're both going to win and just see it through.
I counted Leeds out. I didn't think Leeds were going to beat, even though Spurs are nonsense.
It's because Ludo was playing for me. It's because I was playing Bournemouth, and I've seen Bournemouth last few games, even when we played them.
Yeah, they're safe anyway. They're safe. Man.
I think they're pretty much already in Cancun or wherever.
They played well.
But they played all right. Yeah. They give everyone a game.
They
therefore.
But my view is, if you are on the last day of the season, if you need something, you best go get it. So 9 times out of 10, I'll expect you to go and get what you need, especially if you're at home. If you're at home. So
and they did what they needed to do, and they needed to get the win, man.
Yeah, I think and because they was at home as well, so that's why I slightly expected it from them. And who else was there?
There was just no drama. That's the only thing. There was no drama.
Yeah,
there was no. They scored. We got scored. Someone been sent off.
Yeah,
it was one of the lamest, last day of the season.
I think everything was decided before today, pretty much.
Last spot
Villa and Tottenham.
Villa and Tottenham in Europe and relegation.
Yeah, those are the only two.
Yeah, and then the table stayed exactly how
it was.
It was, right?
Yeah.
Because I don't think much changed because we was already ahead of Newcastle.
Yeah.
So but no excitement, and I think with Leeds, like Spurs, to me, I was telling Ade, it's probably better for their fans. At least they didn't get they didn't get false hope. The game started
quick.
They scored. If I was the fans, I would just walk up at that stadium and go home.
I wouldn't even leave. I'll just go and buy extra chips and sausage and burger and just eat. You know, enjoy yourself. Enjoy yourself properly.
Yeah, at least they didn't. Yeah, they didn't have any false hope, so they knew what was happening. Yeah. Harry Kane scored straight away.
Early. And it's like we're shutting this down quick.
And I saw kickoff. That's all goal.
His assist for his second goal. I don't think it was so much of an assist because it was a deflection, but it flicked over the player's head.
Yeah, I didn't see it.
It wasn't just over the player's head. The ref was there as well, so he flicked over the player and the ref's head, and I had to get around the ref. But when he did pass it through, it got deflected, but it was more deflected than anything. Yeah.
Well, anyway, man, they're on Tottenham, man. Let's move on, man.
They helped me with my fantasy.
They're relegated.
They helped me with my fantasy. Thanks, Spurs.
Cool.
See you next season.
Do you think Sam Allardyce will stay?
Big
championship, in the championship, or do you think he's
He's gone.
Just came for a quick payday?
Quick.
What do you think they paid him? $1 million or something?
$1 million, I think.
Nah, yeah.
Because he only managed 4 or 5 games, isn't it?
Yeah,
You think they paid him $1 million to manage 4 or 5 to keep him up?
I think it would have been heavily
incentive. Yeah, exactly.
I don't think.
So what do you mean they paid him? Like $500,000 and said if you stay.
No, it was reported
that he'll get $2 million if he keeps them up.
It was $4 million on TalkSports when I was listening.
Oh,
to
is
that
it?
week.
Yeah.
I think. Sorry, it might be 500 to $1 million that they gave him up front. If I can recall, anyway, I can't remember exactly. But it might be based on performance, how many games you win.
That's not a bad little hustle, though. I think somebody likes to turn himself into that. Obviously, this isn't good yet because he didn't keep them up. But I think he should just every season, shout me.
This is the second one that he hasn't done the job because who was the last one? West Brom, right? Yeah, he didn't do it for. Was Brom came towards the end?
I think it was West Brom. Yeah, I think it was. But him too, to be honest, it's not enough momentum to be able to keep a team up.
No, but I'm saying, as in for him, that's a hustle. Like,
well, that's
if
all
you
we know him for now.
Yeah, you man need me. Yeah. You know the fees $1 million. Shout me. I'm here. I ain't gonna guarantee that I'm gonna keep you up. But holler at me. The deal's $1 million, innit?
And once you flop twice, no one's calling you again.
No, but now we can just be like, it's 250 now. It's not $1 million. It's 250. But imagine the upside. If I keep you up, then you gotta pay me the back end.
But if he kept them up.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
It would have got to $2 million.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Yeah.
But now you drop the price.
I'll be like a rapper. Like, you know them American rappers. Like, you pay them half up front, then the back end. So just give me my 250. If I keep you up, you give me my 1.75.
100.
Cool. That's the relegation. As I said, there's not much excitement.
Harvey Barnes' goal was good, by the way. If we're talking about good goals,
I was
it was a
telling
typical
Tom,
Harvey Barnes goal as well.
I was telling Tom that United don't need any wingers, but if Harvey Barnes is going for small cash, we'll just take him and add him to the squad.
Yeah, Harvey Barnes is gonna be addition. Wherever he goes, he's gonna be a good addition for anyone. Yeah. 100%.
Who do you think? Like before we move on, actually, who do you think is gonna leave?
Harvey Barnes,
team?
Madison,
Harvey Barnes, Madison, Tielemans. It's the same players we said last week.
Yeah.
I'm gonna add Castagna today as well because I think Castagna's good. Belgium international.
Pereira.
He'll probably stay because he's too injury prone.
I think somebody like in Europe will.
But maybe
him.
Yeah.
He wouldn't go to like a top club, but he'll be good enough for someone in Europe. Like
But the two most that people want to see is where the Madison and Barnes go, isn't it?
100.
Yeah. Tillemans will go for free, so everyone's gonna, not everyone, but he'll have a lot of people calling at him, innit?
Yeah, I think that Harry Suter guy might go as well. So, but yeah.
But it's a shit. I was just about to tweet it, but when I was driving, obviously police and whatnot. But there needs to be a documentary, a Netflix documentary or YouTube web series on Leicester because we've watched them go from Championship to almost getting relegated to winning the Premier League to now being relegated to losing their president, to losing their owner, obviously tragically, and then to flirting with Champions League that you said, and then getting relegated.
Mad.
Like there needs to be. I might need to see a web series or a behind the scenes something,
in a short period of time as well.
Because it's a madness. Yeah. And I'd love to ask fans, maybe like next season or something, we can do some next type of thing. But I'd love to ask like Leicester fans, like, or just fans, would you rather see that, or would you rather just like what we are? Just our teams are not doing anything. We're just there.
Joes.
Or would you want to see your team win a league,
fiery,
go Champions League, but there's a possibility that you might get relegated like 2 years.
Intensity,
Instead of just not doing nothing, because there are too many teams in the league that you're a fan, but your team don't do nothing.
Yeah. At the end of the day,
they don't do nothing.
There are only 4 trophies to be won.
Yeah.
And that's for the top teams. Others, there's only 3 trophies to be won.
You ask me, give me that, bro. I'm not like, you know me. I want to give me that, bro.
Glory.
Yeah, give me that. Rather than my team just finishing 5th, 7th, 8th, 9th every year. And there's no excitement.
Cool. All right. They just go straight into it. We've got our team of the season, and then we go into the awards. So how do we want to do this? I'm guessing we all have like a player for each position. But are we going to agree? Because my formation is different.
Yeah, so we're not agreeing. Everyone just do that team.
Yeah, because my formation. But we need to agree and not like we need to put one together for the rest divided team. We can't just put.
Then we'll just do normal, innit? 2-1, innit?
I've only got 3 at the back.
What you got?
I got normal 4-3-3. I didn't switch nothing. I don't know why we're switching it up with normal 4-3-3.
Yeah. No, that's not the set formation. If not, we go back to 4-4-2.
It's 4-3-3.
We take it back. No,
we've been doing this. This is our third season. We've always done 4-3-3. Now we want to come up and say, oh, by the way, I'm going to play 3 at the back, 7 up front.
The football formation in life was 4-4-2.
Okay, well then I'm going to play 7 up front. I'm playing 7 up front.
Fine then. Cool, no problem.
Okay, obviously I'm
going to get overruled here.
Even if you want 7, it's still the same.
Let's just go through it.
What's your formation?
What other formation is going to be? 3-2-4. See, what's that?
3-5-2.
So we're not going to have a left back. We're not going to have a right back. We're not going to have 2 centre backs.
I've got 4-4-2.
Is it? I've got 3-5-2.
There we go. So we can't even agree.
4-4-2 is because of Kane.
Yeah, it's because of Kane, because Kane has to be there.
Yeah.
Well, he's not in mine.
Yeah, for me, Kane has to be there.
Yeah. So that was my issue.
Kane has to be there.
So that's
you can't play 4-3-3 and play Kane to the to the right. You always say Kane is a quarterback anyway, so you could have fitted him in the midfield. You could have fitted him in the midfield.
You can still do 4-3 and put him behind.
That's what I'm saying. Yeah, you can still. There's 3 strikers. There have to be a winger and a
winger. I put him defensive midfielder.
You can still get Kane in the 4-3-3. It's just team of the year, just 11 players.
Alright, cool. Let's just go through it. I'll go first, and then you guys, and then if we.
Yeah, we just cut in.
Yeah,
you do the baseline, and then we'll cut in.
And then we'll
I'm gonna disagree from the jump.
Alright, the first one for me, goalkeepers. I've got Pope.
I've got Pope.
I had Pope. I swapped him for Ramsdale. I got Ramsdale just for the highlights, just for the saves that he's made. I can't really remember Pope.
Cool. Yeah. Now, so what? Yeah. So that's Pope. But for me personally, just to put it out there, although I'm aware of the stats, my picks are just based on what I've watched this season. Like, although I'm aware of but
that has to be though, isn't it? You got to do the eye test, your team, stats. Yeah, people can't say, but De Gea's got more clean sheets than Thingy, so I don't give a fuck. In my eyes, De Gea ain't been a better goalkeeper than Ramsdale and Pope.
It didn't even cross my mind.
I'm just to pull it out. I'm speaking for myself personally, but I don't know how you guys.
No, I had Pope in there, but then I thought about it. Snapshot. If I remember the season, all Ramsdale's worldy saves, and I looked at Pope. I just thought Pope's steady. He's good. But I can't remember Pope making more worldies than
ultimately
Ramsdale.
the Ramsdale saves did not get us anywhere. So back to Pope.
What do you mean to get us nowhere?
Every day, worldy. Where are you now?
No, I'm not talking about where they are. I'm just saying just in isolation.
Oh, is it?
Like goalkeepers, like what they done. Like
Then
his
I'll pick Neto.
body of work.
Then I'll pick Neto.
You think that was being the best goalkeeper in the league?
I think he's made some very good saves.
I'm gonna take Ramsdale because, like I said, Ramsdale does what Edison does, just not at that level.
Argument of what you're
just
saying.
not at that level.
Actually, no
because
argument.
Ramsdale takes the ball and he starts stuff.
Yeah, I've got no argument
Pope,
with your
route
view.
one, long it for knock it long.
I've got no arguments with your view. I'll definitely go Pope.
Yeah,
I've got no arguments.
So I feel strongly about Ramsdale being the best goalkeeper in the league.
For me, I just looked at like who was the best defensive team and the reasons why the best defensive team, and Pope is important there. I know he doesn't make as much save as he used to when he was at Burnley because now he doesn't need to.
Yeah. He still makes good saves.
But when you call upon him, like
that goal
other
save
day,
against Castagna,
the other day, those are the moments. Like, but they're not in like the big. It's not going to be magnified like the Ramsdale save. Not saying Ramsdale.
Yeah, but I think he plays for a top team though. It's top 4.
Yeah. So, but now for me personally,
and then I think perfectly for me, my backup was just that when they both played each other 2 weeks ago, innit? And they were both in goal, and they both were making save after save after save. So then you can compare, okay, who's the better goalkeeper? And I just thought I'm gonna take Ramsdale anyway. But obviously 2-1, so we have to stick Pope in. But I feel strongly about Ramsdale being the best goalkeeper in the league this year.
Next.
Cool. Right back, Trippier.
I had Wan-Bissaka, but I'm joking.
Trippier just about gets it. Just about.
Over who?
Because he started slipping, man.
Yeah, but over who? Who's the just?
Ben White.
No.
Let's just be serious now. Because
but Benny has been the second. No, I agree with you though.
No,
second.
Benny's been good. But
second.
You say second.
Yeah, second. Yeah, I would say Benny's
right
been the second best right back in the league though.
Cool.
100%. No one else. Yeah.
All right, cool.
But Trippier, yeah.
All right, left back. This one I wasn't too sure. I can't pronounce his name. I had
the Brighton boy,
Brighton
Estupinian. Yes. So did I. Yes.
Yeah, I was having.
Yeah, so that's,
easy.
That's what I got.
That was easy for me.
All right, for me, the two centre backs I've changed mine around so many times. I'll be honest with you, but I'll stop with Saliba and Botman.
I didn't go that way. I went with I stuck with my original because I wanted to change it because they're both injured, but then I thought, they actually been the best two centre halves I've seen all season. So mine is Martinez and Saliba, and I couldn't get past them two. As much as Newcastle's been good, I just can't get past. I think Martinez for first season absolutely amazing. Yeah, he got injured, but up until then probably faultless. And Saliba is clear to see that he's probably one of the best defenders in the league. So I went with them two.
Yeah. So my issue. I hate this. So off the top of my head, it was Saliba and Martinez, but especially for Saliba, I just feel as if he's been out for so long now. That do you have to factor in number of games played,
or impact, or you can value impact as in what they've actually done in their.
Yeah, it was both fantastic, but Saliba's been out for a while, and then so I now thought, okay, I'll bring Botman in, but. Botman's been steady, right?
He's been steady though.
Yeah. He's not. There's nothing that screamed out.
Him and Shaw both been steady.
Yeah, he's just been steady. So even then, I'll probably even bring Dunk potentially.
Lewis Dunk's been good.
Yeah, at the same level or higher. So I might actually go Saliba and Martinez.
I just think for both of them, we're putting in new centre halves in our teams. So ours is not new, obviously loan, but it's his first season. Yours is new. The impact on both teams has been unquestionable.
Yeah.
And their ability, not just the impact, just their ability as well, is all for everyone to see that runner. He's like Lisandro, he's too short to play in the Premier League.
Yeah.
It's been fucking fantastic.
They had a field day.
Saliba's 20, 21. He looks like he's been playing the league his whole life, bro.
Yeah. I'll pick both of them, but purely because the people that I would bring in after them have just been steady.
Yeah. The only person I'm putting in is my love child, John Stones.
Obviously, we've already agreed, so it will be them. But as I say, for me, like I looked when I was picking the defenders, I was looking at the best defensive team, and I just thought a lot of Newcastle play just stands out. It's easy to say they're steady because they were consistently getting clean sheets after a while. But and they were playing well, and then they stopped.
And then they stopped for a long time.
And then they stopped for a while. But then defensively, they still got the best.
Yeah, they're good.
Yeah,
they're good.
And then they're playing out from the back. This guy's the expectations from all the other centre backs that all the requirements from all the other centre backs.
Yeah, they don't.
These players are providing as well. Same thing with Shaw. I mean, they're offering all those kind of ability that you require from them. And they play at a very high tempo as well, Newcastle.
And I'll probably even put Shaw ahead.
I'll put Shaw ahead of. Yeah, there you go. I was going to say that. Yeah.
Attacking threat as well.
Yeah, exactly.
Mad attacking threat.
So, yeah,
if I was going to pick 1 to 2,
and that's why I picked the Liverpool. the Newcastle players. But yeah, now we'll move on anyway. So
our goalkeeper's Pope.
Goalkeeper Pope, right back Trippier, left back.
Yeah,
this is Pinion.
This is good. This is how I got it on my phone right now.
Martinez and Saliba. All right, cool. Centre mid. I went for Rodri and Odegaard.
Yeah, I got 3 in the middle though. So
yeah, so I've got 3. I've got 3 in the middle, even with my. So I've changed my word formation, right?
Yeah.
But yeah, oh fuck, yeah, it's messed up now. But yeah, I had 3 in the middle, which was Rodri, Odegaard, and KDB.
Yeah, same. Move on. I got the same 3.
So what I've got.
We'll squeeze the formation after. Yeah, we'll call her.
All right. I didn't have KDB, so I'll just call up my forward then because I just named the 4. So I've got Saka, Martinelli, Haaland, and Kane. So that's who I've got.
Yeah.
So that's why I made it a 4-4-2 for me. But obviously we
still make it 4-4-3. So you've got Kane and Haaland. Who's your third one?
Salah.
Okay, yeah. This is gonna be a madness because my front 3 is Rashford to the left, Haaland through the middle, and B on the right, Saka on the right. Yeah. And Rashford's been amazing all season. Obviously, little injuries. Haaland has to go in, and B's just Bakayo's just Bakayo.
Who did you say you have, Ade?
Salah.
Just Salah and Kane.
So my formation was different from the get-go, but obviously we started in one way. Then I remembered. Let me just call my numbers. But previously it was 5. I had 3-5-2. So obviously I've changed it.
All right, how they attack.
So who do we agree on? So we agree on Haaland.
We agree on.
We've all got Haaland in our team. So Haaland's in.
I'm one. Do you still agree on Kane?
I
think Kane should go in.
So then, and we all agree on Saka. I got Saka in. You got Saka in, yeah.
Yeah, I got Saka in.
I got Salah.
So we got 2 Sakas.
Saka. Yeah, so Saka.
So our front 3 is Haaland, Saka, and Kane. Sorry, Marcus. You know me. I love you.
So that, and then obviously then KDB. We'll sort out the formation somehow. But so it's KDB as well.
Yeah.
Cool.
Why didn't you guys pick Salah?
No, I didn't pick Salah.
Why? That's why I said
why.
I
can't pick, because if I'm looking like the point that T made earlier, if I put all those things into the pot, so what I've seen, what I expect of him, and numbers, and I look at all of them.
These numbers are filthy.
Yeah, all of them, But I look at what I see on my eye test, because how we used to judge football was an eye test. We didn't look at how many goals Zidane got from midfield or whatnot. That wasn't how we just looked at our eye test, and I still stick to that. And for me, B's had a better season than Salah. If I'm just looking at it on the eye test.
If I'm putting Salah in, I'll be honest with you, I'll only put Salah in because
of his numbers.
Away and look at the stats.
Yeah, that's it.
And that's just on the truth. I'm not saying.
So if I'm looking at them at the season they've had,
because I look at Kane, look at Haaland, and we'll speak about it later. But the only reason Haaland gets my Footballer of the Year is because he's broken records. Take away those records, I don't pick Haaland as Footballer of the Year.
I get it, but then that's the difference, though, isn't it? Whatever.
Don't. A striker always finds it very hard. From me personally, to get Footballer of the Year.
We'll talk about the player, but
Haaland's not an all-round footballer.
But then that's understandable. But you've already justified why you picked him because he's gone on to achieve something with what he's done.
There you go. So how can he not be the player of the year?
Salah hasn't done that. So I know he's got the.
100%. But everyone has. Everyone that we're comparing to hasn't done it. So,
but big up Salah though. No, big up Salah. Big up Salah on the fact that
it's a poor season.
There you go. That's what I was gonna make.
31.
And he's exactly. Yeah, you took the words out of my mouth.
Exactly.
I fully accept it, but yeah.
And I think with Salah it's just when you sometimes that's why it's hard as a footballer because you set an expectation that all of a sudden everyone's going to judge you based on that.
Yeah,
and you drop anything below that,
which is fair. Because so much is given, much is expected. 100%. Haaland can't go and get 20 next season and say that's a good season for him, and they win the league. Man City win the league, but Haaland gets 20. We're gonna look. He didn't have a good season, but he got 20 goals though, which is he got more than 1 and 2. But we ain't looking at it and thinking, sixth season.
100%.
But I think, like I said, with T's got Bukayo and Martinelli as the 2 wingers. And I honestly think them 2 and Marcus, obviously taking Kane out because just wingers, them 3 been the best 3 wingers when you watch you watch this season.
Those,
and I got Marcus in there because I think Marcus is better than Martinelli anyway.
The only four people I considered in terms of that winger position until my formation changed. But it was Rashford, Salah, Martinelli,
and Saka. Yeah.
And before that, I didn't even consider.
And we didn't
Salah.
even think about Jack Grealish.
3 weeks ago,
we didn't think about Jack
I didn't
Grealish.
think about him.
Yeah,
well, 3 weeks ago, I wouldn't have even considered Salah. Then I was like,
Just
actually,
the numbers came up.
The numbers.
Yeah.
Mad. I was like,
But that's the point that me and T are making. Just the eye test. You just watching Liverpool and watching Arsenal and looking at their both wingers. You're thinking he's having a better season, which is Saka. But the numbers are still. But then Saka's still giving you numbers though. Saka's still giving you goals and assists.
And it's a perfect example probably to Liverpool's game today. Like Salah played terrible. He didn't really get involved in much because I didn't watch the full game, but I was changing the game.
Which has been most of the season.
And then he gets the assist.
Yeah.
So I mean, so that's something on the board.
Whereas B's integral to what we do. B's involved all the time.
So yeah, just so people know, you're talking about Bukayo Saka. You're giving them nicknames as if
Bro, they've been watching this for the whole season, bro. What do you mean? This is like the 30th episode.
This is the first time you're calling him B. Have you heard him call him B before?
Did you go Beyonce show?
No. I don't really call none of my players by their full name, bro.
All right, cool. Yeah, so that's our team there.
I didn't want Kane in, by the way, just so people know.
No, like,
I got Marcus Rashford.
When I started my team,
I got Marcus Rashford in.
Kane, Haaland was like just making.
There's space for one striker, and the one striker is Haaland. There's no space for two.
Definitely
Kane, but you're not gonna have that kind of season.
I'm sorry, he did. I'm sorry, he did. We play 4-3-3. We play with two wide men and a centre forward.
He made it, Shaq.
Okay.
So let's just move on. Yeah, he made it already.
Yeah. As you can see, I'll be saying on my own podcast.
Well, to be honest, that's my formation.
I'm breaking away.
When I play FIFA, I play 3-5-2. Let's all go.
All right, cool. So we've got Pope in goal, Trippier right back, left back,
Estupinian,
whatever his name is, Saliba and
Martinez,
Rodri, Odegaard, KDB. That midfielder's dirty though, and three up top. Either way you want to put it.
Saka, Haaland, Rashford.
Saka, Kane, Haaland. Cool. I'm all good with that.
Harry Kane still ain't going to Man United, by the way. Even though he made their team of the year, he's still not coming.
We've accepted he's not coming, so
cool.
He can finish 12th again.
Hopefully Marcus sees this and Marcus will be like, "Oh, you man don't think I'm that good, yeah? We'll do a swap, innit?"
No, let him score 50 next season as well. So
big up Marcus though. Marcus got 30, innit? All comps,
fantastic.
innit? My guy.
Guy. Especially after last season, he's done super.
I love that boy.
Done super, man.
Cool. All right. Look, I think to make this interesting, I don't think we should pick anyone more than once.
What do you mean? Not pick
like the awards. I mean, like player. So if you pick someone that's for like player of the year, we shouldn't pick them for young player of the year.
Fair.
Yeah, I would never do that anyway.
Yeah. So let's just try and
I definitely would have done.
So you would have given Haaland both.
Yeah, because if you've won the main one, why are you not winning the young one if you fit that criteria?
Fair enough, but we gotta make it fair.
Yeah, which I'm happy to do. But that was my logic.
Yeah. Cool. All right. I'm guessing our player of the year. What? Addy's one.
Just about, bro.
Player already.
Just about, yeah.
He's made his player of the year. Player. Yeah. I gave it to Haaland too. To be honest with you, the goals, like you can't deny the amount of goals he scored, and what I was saying earlier is there's one thing scoring the goals because you are expected to score the goals as strikers, but then when your team goes and achieves like something at the back end of that, then it just shows how appealable you are to like the team. So the goals are important. So I gave it to Haaland.
Yeah, my player of the year was Harry Kane.
Yeah?
Yeah.
I don't knock that. I'm not going to lie to you. If Haaland had scored 4 less goals, I wouldn't have even said his name.
Fucking joking, man. Give me that guy shit.
Oh, you racist. You racist.
That was easy anyway. It's Haaland, isn't it? You can't give it to no one else, innit?
Oh, I thought you gave it to Kane.
Hell no, bro. I got to get nothing, bro.
Cool,
just like his club. Get nothing, bro.
All right. Young player of the year?
I'll give it Saka.
Martin Odegaard.
Yeah, I give it to Odegaard.
Odegaard, true.
Yeah,
just about. He makes it. He makes it. Yeah, Martin Odegaard all day long.
Yeah, I just think just towards the end, I would have given it to Saka because obviously, I've always, for me personally, I still stick to it.
I didn't realize he still was in that age.
Yeah. I'll still stick to it. Personally, I always thought like Saka's the best player for at Arsenal, but I just think towards the end of the season, Odegaard went to another level, and throughout the season, it's been great. Yeah. But even when they needed him the most, when like the team was struggling, it still stood out when the likes of Saka weren't playing well.
Because I think 2 weeks ago I agreed with you that he was their best player, but I didn't realize he still qualified for young.
So it still qualifies. So I'll give it to Odegaard.
Yeah, it's fair. No arguments against that.
Yeah,
my skipper.
Cool.
Big O.
Best signing. So for me, I'm like, it can be biased, but it's still. I still understand my reasons for giving it to him. It would be Casemiro for me because of like the impact he's made at United and the difference. Without him in that middle of the park, we suffered for so many years without a good midfielder in there. Even when we had the likes of like Pogba and so forth.
But are you saying this for you or across the league? The best
across
signing?
the league.
So you think he's been the best signing across the league?
Yeah, because of the impact he's made at United. Obviously, I'm not going to. It depends. Let me hear what you guys got to say. But for me personally, I think Casemiro has been the best signing.
So
what
that was my same approach was Casemiro. Obviously, Haaland comes to mind, but in terms of impact or differential increase in the team, I thought Casemiro had more of an impact. Yeah,
and he's telling even when he's not playing, and
he has lost the plot a few times.
Yeah, don't get me wrong. But
I looked at differential increase. Like Haaland, without Haaland, they probably would have still won the league anyway.
They won the league without Haaland. Haaland's there to win the Champions League.
So,
yeah.
And I couldn't immediately think of someone else that immediately challenged him. So
yeah, same here.
Obviously there's Martinez, but then I feel a big part of it is Casemiro.
Right? That's mine anyway. That's my sign of the year, is Lisandro Martinez.
I think Casemiro, you take away, and he has McTominay and Fred in front of him. I think he struggles a bit more. But
no, I got to pick Lisandro because of Casemiro. I half expect because of his greatness and what he's done. I don't expect top players like that to go and struggle in another top team. Not saying United are playing top football, but Casemiro's a top player, isn't it? You know what I'm saying? Yeah, it's expectation. But Lisandro, you're watching him play at Ajax, which is not the Spanish league, and he's a centre half, which is not big, like Jamie Carragher was saying.
To the Premier League,
and he's coming, and he wants to play football, which a lot of Premier League centre halves don't play football. It's literally give it to the fullback, and we get up and whatnot. And you got to think of the struggles that United had with Maguire and Lindelof underneath Oli and stuff like that. And I don't think United's defensive record has been awful, but I just know like defensively, you look at United and think they're going to concede, but we can get at them, innit? And I think when Lisandro come in, like first game, 2 games in, shut that shit down. And especially when we watch him live, and you guys have seen him live more than me. I love centre halves that are brave. That's why John Stones is my favorite centre half, the English, because I just love the bravery of a centre half saying.
Last time you made that statement, you made me money. I remember saying that he will score against you guys.
No, I love John Stones and his bravery, and I think Lisandro is just like that. And he's mixed with that Argentinian passion, rawness. Like he loves his one-on-ones. Like he just loves to tackle. He loves to defend. But then when he gets it,
Romero as well.
Exactly.
Yeah.
And when he gets it, he's got a cool head. So it's like he goes from like a
madness, warrior to
and then when he gets it, the composure is just like, okay, cool.
Yeah.
And he passes through lines, so he doesn't just go to Luke Shaw he passes through lines. And I think he's been so different to United. He's made you guys like proper good. And obviously, I think once you get him a centre half partner, then you're almost like, we're onto something.
He was close to. I can totally agree with what you're saying. He was close to Casemiro for me.
So I would say him for impact across the season, because we could easily go Haaland in it, but I'm saying Lisandro.
All right, cool. We move on to the next one. From the best signing of the season, we go straight to the worst signing. Ade?
Yeah.
Who's your worst signing of the season?
Who was signed last season?
And mine was easy. I thought about mine in 0.2 seconds, fam.
Did you?
Easy.
Was you signed in summer or January?
Who?
Your worst
signing? Who you thinking about? Who do you think I'm thinking?
Weghorst.
I know I'm thinking about Weghorst. My boy, Jesse Lingard.
I even forgot he was a person.
100%. Easy. I thought about that in 0.2 seconds. Worst signing of the season? Jesse Lingard.
I forget he's a person. Oh, God forgive me, but yeah, I just forget.
Easily, bro.
I agree with that, actually.
He just irritates me, bro.
Yeah, I agree with that.
Jesse.
Easy.
Yeah, I agree with that. So he actually, I lost all respect for him when he turned down West Ham to go to Nottingham Forest. From there, I knew he was done. Had no interest in football anymore. But yeah, but a shout out to, just stepping back a bit, to best signing. Shout out to Gibbs White.
Brilliant.
That Nottingham Forest
Brilliant.
team.
He could easily have won that award for best signing.
Bloody hell.
Yeah, easily he could have won that award.
He wants to carry it on his head by himself.
Yeah. I would have thought about him second. So he would have, after Martinez, Gibbs White would have been my second because of the impact.
But yeah, on the same vein, it's Lingard. I'll take Lingard as well. I even forgot he was there.
Cool.
Who are you saying, Tom?
Yeah, I agree with you guys. To be honest, I didn't really think of anyone. It took me a while, but as soon as you said Lingard,
I thought about mine in 0.2 seconds, bro.
Crossed my mind.
0.2 seconds, bro.
You can't argue with that. And the last one we've got here, I mean not the last one, but the last award will be the manager. My one's been clear from the get go. I was having a debate about it's not a debate. I don't care what he's got to tell me. I think I had a United fan, our favorite United fan, Tokes. He was upset that
you thought it was Eddie Howe. It must be Eddie Howe.
No, mine's Eddie Howe.
Okay, yeah.
And he was upset that
it's not Ten Hag.
Ten Hag wasn't even nominated. It wasn't part of the nomination. I was like,
Ten Hag should have been nominated.
Who was nominated?
No, but
I don't know who was nominated, but Ten Hag should be there.
What was pissing me off about what the argument was, the one person that I thought should have won it was the one person that saying he shouldn't be on there. He's saying that Newcastle is expected to do what they're doing. And anyway, I'm not even going to get into
that. We don't need to get into that. We don't need to get into that. Just who was your manager of the year?
Anyway, so Eddie is definitely mine because I don't because what he's done with Newcastle, like you have the top 6 like club. I know they've had a bad season, but he was consistent throughout the season. How he's got them playing. There's one thing getting them top 4. There's another getting them playing football. How they're playing. Like if you look at the middle apart from like Bruno, obviously,
and it's different. It's not Man City or Arsenal way of football. Yeah, it's not free flowing like that, but it's still good.
And it's Joe Linton. You remember what Joe Linton?
Yeah.
This guy put Joe Linton in position that like
all the players have improved underneath him.
You know what? Even the way he
Joe Willock, all the players have
all of them
improved underneath him.
Isaac, I remember when he used to play for Dortmund reserve team, and I thought, this boy's gonna make it in Dortmund, and played for the senior team a couple of times and just discarded him.
Went to Sociedad.
And he comes to Premier League and obviously gets injured quite early. I'm thinking might not work out, but he's used him fantastically. Whether it's up front, whether it's on the wing, used him fantastically. So
it's definitely Eddie for me anyway. Like obviously, got them top 4. They didn't spend crazy money. Obviously, they spent money, but they spent wisely. And he made use of the players that were still within his disposal.
Anderson.
Yeah, he's bringing him off the bench and he's playing well still. Yeah,
what's his name?
The defense as well. The defensive record as well. Him bringing in,
the defensive record.
Bringing in Kieran Trippier, bringing in 100%.
Yeah, no, they made like sensible signings.
Very sensible.
They didn't go out splashing. They was very economical with like the players that they was bringing in.
Yeah.
And look where they are.
Done a brilliant job.
All of them.
Brilliant season. I enjoy watching them playing, especially at home. Like the crowd, like the atmosphere at St. James's Park. Like if they can build on this, like
you've done fantastic. Get them Champions League.
Is either they're taking someone's spot in the top 6 or it will be a top 7. So is one of the others.
But do we still regard Tottenham as a top 6?
That statement of top 6 is changed. It's changed. You can't just be adding numbers. People have to leave.
Yeah, I Spurs still consider as a top 6 side.
Soon we'll stop saying top 10, stop 18.
This
first season, so they
No, but I'm just saying that they don't ever do anything. So at least you guys have won something.
If you're talking about top 6, they've been consistently.
Is that what we're calling? Because there's consistency out there. Because we finished 8th and that. We finished 8th and stuff. Are we not a top 6 side because we finished 8th that year?
And that's why they keep having to say historical. What's the point if it's historical? Just get rid of that name, innit? Just get rid of that name. So.
Yeah, we can get rid of it. But in terms of like,
his ears was itching.
Yeah, his ears was itching. Definitely.
Oh, is that?
Yeah. Who's your man? Well, you still saying something, Tom?
No, Eddie. Yeah.
So, Eddie, who's yours?
Eddie.
Okay. So, as you can see, 2 best friends. The outsider here. I always disagree. Gary O'Neill for me. And that was easy for me. Simply because Eddie Howe, I don't agree with what Talk said to Tom as in that I expected to, but obviously from January when I changed my pick, I was saying Newcastle top 4. I really believed that they were going to make Champions League. You know what I'm saying? Like I really thought that the first half of the season watching them, and I'm a massive Eddie Howe fan in it from when he was at Bournemouth. I thought he should be the next England manager. I'm a massive fan of Eddie Howe. I think he's a top manager. But what Gary O'Neill has done at Bournemouth here, after what Scott Parker, remember they got battered 9-0 away to Liverpool. Scott Parker was there, and we thought he was like going to be like the next thing. He looked good on the sidelines, dressed well, spoke well. Tried to get them to play. It was just flopping.
I don't think.
And then Gary O'Neill sold
for that though.
So
he didn't get sacked because.
No, 100%. Because remember what he said in the But then the same reason Gary O'Neill has come. Remember he didn't have a transfer window, so Gary O'Neill has just come and taken what he's got, and he's made something out of it. They were safe with like 4, 5, 6 games to go.
But he had the January transfer
window. And whatnot. Yeah, but he's come in after the summer window. So the players
window,
that he could turn around and say, those are my players. I can't work with them. Saying what Scott was saying, they're not good enough to this, that, and the other and whatnot.
Yeah.
And I just think everyone had Bournemouth going down.
Oh yeah, 100%.
Yeah,
100%.
And he didn't save them on the last day. That's what I'm saying. They were saved time ago, and he's done an excellent job. The turnaround job that he's done with Bournemouth has been. But I just think that fair enough. All the awards go to like the top player, Haaland, best young player, Arsenal player, manager of the year, top 4. Down there, people are doing amazing jobs down there. And I think Gary O'Neill, 100%. Because we could turn around and just give Pep Guardiola the
and that's the thing. I don't think we just think of it simplistic like that. Because ultimately, I'm not doing it because Newcastle made top 4. It's just what he's done and the consistency of the team as well. Yeah. Because Bournemouth went through periods of win 3, lose 5,
which is expected.
Win 2,
because it's Bournemouth.
6. So it's that type of thing.
Yeah.
So I think without a doubt, De Zerbi and all of those guys could have been mentioned as well. But I think just over consistency, and Newcastle would have had a 5-year plan, and Champions League might not have been until year 4 type of thing, and he's brought that forward a little bit, and he's utilised. So one thing I don't like, people that are rubbish, like managers that don't spot things that are obvious to everyone else. But he's looked at it and like, okay, Joe Linton, you don't work here. This guy might have bought you as a number 9.
Yeah,
it don't make sense, and he's shown that actually this makes sense to me. Bournemouth, they've done what I can't knock.
No, and you look at the Bournemouth players. You don't ask any random football fan on the street. Name me Bournemouth starting 11.
Bruh.
Who's gonna be able to name Bournemouth starting 11? And we watch football every week, and you don't look at none of them and think he's got ability to go another level up. You look at them and think, apart from Billing, you look at their team and think where they play is where they play in it. That's their level. So for managers to go in and play with not so good players, not the top end players, you're talking about Isak. Isak could go on to be a world beater one day. None of the Bournemouth players are going to go on to be a world beater. They might get relegated next season
as well, because remember when they were bought, so those times when Michael B. Jordan was going for the matches, they were losing like 3-4 in a row. Yeah. But it's that perseverance to pick yourself up. And a new man,
he's hasn't managed before.
Yeah. It's dumb. It's
he's done an amazing job. An amazing job.
I obviously Eddie's still mine. For obviously
still mine. I didn't even think of Pep.
I've stayed already. But I was aware of like Gary O'Neill. I was aware of what he'd done, and like you are right. A lot of the times, not that I don't think of it. A lot of people don't think of those managers or players down the lowest end of the table. They've done well in it, and like he's done well to keep them up, man. So credit to him. But yeah, Eddie's still be mine. Definitely, I'm not gonna change that. All right, cool. In terms of the season, as we're wrapping up, is there any surprise this season?
Brighton.
Was you surprised about Brighton? Where they are?
Yeah, 100%. They've been improving, but they're still where they finished 6th. Yeah, they're still that historic top 6, which means they've broken into.
Yeah, they're my Newcastle. Ceiling, I said, fuck this.
Yeah, so broken into that. Newcastle
get Chelsea and Spurs out of this shit.
You expect it a bit more from Newcastle because of the direction.
Their investment, yeah.
But Brighton, you expect that to be a bit slower. And obviously, De Zerbi's got all the praise. But you still have to remember Potter. His foundation was built on Potter's
and the owner, Bloom.
And Bloom as well.
Yeah, technical directors there.
All of that stuff needs to be remembered. Like, it didn't just happen this season. It's been like a project from the get-go. So I remember when they got promoted in the first place. I was working back in Crawley. So the local teams were Brighton, and there were big local teams were Brighton and Crystal Palace. I remember they getting promoted because one of my boys used to go have a season ticket. And to look at from then and where they are now.
I'm sorry, Europe. I was about to say Champions League. Get excited.
It's fantastic, man. It's fantastic. So big shout out. And I didn't expect it. So shout out to them. And then obviously Bournemouth as well. We didn't expect them to stay up. And Arsenal.
That's what I was going to say. You can tee it up for me because I was about to say that.
Big respect. Like, I'm not going to come and knock. Like, I'll come back to the twats that I think let you guys down and make me come after Arsenal at points in time.
Yeah.
But in terms of having a season, surpassed expectations, man.
Yeah. We're definitely the biggest surprise of the league this year because, like I said, there's some people out there that probably thought, Arsenal can win the league. Some fans out there, I don't know whether their sanity is all the way up there, but maybe some of them thought that we could go from 5th to 1st. But I definitely thought we could go from 5th to 3rd. I definitely thought we could finish, but I definitely still think the only teams better than us was City and Liverpool. But the surprise for me is that we didn't just finish second. We was in a title challenge all the way up until game week 33, 34, whenever it kind of unraveled. And nobody expected us to be... Some people, you guys didn't have us in our top 4.
No, definitely.
You know what I'm saying? You didn't have us in our top 4. There's bare people that didn't have Arsenal in the top 4. I 100% believe that will be top 4. But then it's a bigger surprise to me that we was even leading the league for 240 something days, and it was just every week, like it was just week on week on week. The boys are winning and winning and playing football and winning, and it was week on week. We were surprising everyone. Week on week, it's just like, oh my god, I can't believe Arsenal are there. They might win the league. People saying, you know what, if they do this, then they've won the league. If they do that, then they've won the league. I believe Arsenal won the league. And nobody would have thought that at the start of the season. We would have expected City to win the league. Not saying that you expect Newcastle to finish in the top 4, but you expect Newcastle to challenge for European place. But no one would have expected Arsenal to challenge Man City for the league, especially where Man City are and where we are in our development. Remember, we've gone 8th, 5th. So we ain't even finished. We ain't even broken to the top 4 underneath our new manager, who's been there for about just give or take 3 years and whatnot. So I think we've had an excellent season, regardless of what. Excellent Premier League season, regardless of us not winning. Regardless of not winning the league, and I think 100%. The boys have been the biggest surprise of the Premier League year this year. But hopefully, it's building blocks, isn't it? And hopefully for us, we're not a surprise next year. Hopefully, finishing second, that's a catapult us to winning it next year, or at least challenging again, innit? I don't want no wishy-washy.
8th.
Yeah. I don't want to be a surprise next year. You know what I'm saying? I don't want to be a surprise. Let someone else be a surprise. I want to be Arsenal and City are going for the league again.
Cool. No, I don't disagree with anything that you guys, in terms of like the teams that you've picked. If I have to rank it in terms of like the 3, then I'll probably do Arsenal, Bournemouth, then Brighton. But in terms of like the player, I'll probably say Odegaard. The reason why I say Odegaard is not because of the talent that the boys had. Obviously, we know he struggled from when he went to Madrid. Then he went to Real Sociedad, did well at Real Sociedad. Was that you guys last season on loan? He did well, but what he's done this season was to another level. And because you was challenging for the title, like the pressure is different. It's easier when you're just like the expectation is top 4 or like just make top 6. It's easier. But when you are challenged for the title,
we're going for the big one.
Captain.
You're live every week.
Skipper.
Every game is a big game. Every game is a big game. Some weeks, City are playing before you. You knowing that you have to go in and win the game. And he stepped up like 80-90% of the time.
Performances
like,
continuously.
Performance and
Tottenham away.
I said it earlier. Even when, as I said, I'm still not neglecting for the fact that I still believe Saka's the best player in the team. But even when you went through your patches, if one player can just stand out, hold his head high out all the rest of the players, it will be him because he was still performing.
Yeah, he was a lot more consistent. There were times like Saka went through patches of disappearing, whether it's
he ain't done nothing in the last month or 2, by the way.
because whether he had injuries or whatever, but Odegaard was a bit more consistent.
He was more consistent. Like it's for me, it's definitely like Odegaard, and as I said, not saying it because of his talent, because we know he was bought as a wonder kid anyway. But to go through that mental barrier of knowing that you were bought as a wonder kid, you didn't make it wrong.
The career hasn't gone the way you wanted to.
The career hasn't gone the way you. A lot of them, we don't see them bounce back like this.
No.
We honestly do not see them bounce back like this. And for him to be able to, and credit to like the manager, Mikel Arteta, because it's got to be the manager's.
He's getting the best out of him.
Yeah,
because even when he was doing well at Sociedad, he still had the chance to go back to Real, and it still wasn't working. But Arteta's taking him and leaps and bounds. We're talking about easily in another situation he'll be Premier League Player of the Season. So,
100%. 100%.
And like, as I said, I just don't think, even despite what I'm saying, I think even everything I'm saying is downplaying how good he has been, because the passes that sometimes is out of this world.
The
goals, everything is out. So like, is credit to him, man. He's really done well this season, and I was surprised. I said I'm not surprised because of the talent. I'm surprised because he's managed to turn it around and be one of the top players of like the Premier League like this season. I thought it would probably take him a bit more time than this, but well done to him, man.
No, mine is different class, man. Like I said, I'm not budging off the fact that's our best player, most important player, captain. And like you said, Tom, I'm not going to repeat what Tom said in terms of the ability and whatnot. He's got all that, and his mental fortitude is probably, for me, that's his biggest strong point. because, like you said, to be bought as a wonder kid, not make it, sit on the bench, be around Ronaldo, be around Ozil, be around top players. Yeah, yeah.
So yeah,
and then to come to London, and then remember when he come, obviously Arteta gets a lot of praise for it, but remember ESR was starting in that position, and it was one or the other. And like I always thank God, it's not nice to say, but I thank God for ESR's injury. Because I always knew that that's my guy. When I watch Martin Odegaard, it's like when I play football today, we had like an hour-long conversation after football today, just like little things that each of us see that we like from footballers. And I always knew that that's my guy. He has to be playing. And everything, not just play, everything has to be going through him. Because you see his football brain, it's like when I was watching Santi Cazorla. Everything has to go through Santi because his football brain is up here. Everyone else is a level below. So we got to get up there with him. And it's like the two wide boys, Saka and Martin. Yeah, they got bags of ability, enthusiasm, but their brains aren't there yet. You know what I'm saying? In terms of what they do, the decisions they make. But Martin is there. It's there. He's everything he does, no one's perfect. But the decisions he takes are the right decisions. Execution might be off and whatnot here and there because you're not going to make every pass.
He understands.
Exactly. And exactly what the manager asks of him is exactly what he puts out there and whatnot. And I can't say that for all the boys. So I can't speak highly enough of mine. But my surprise is going to be Matoma because I had no idea who this brother was, where he came from, what he does for a living, whether he speaks English or not. But I just saw him. I don't even know if he started the season, But I just know when I watched it, that's what I'm saying, exactly.
Yeah.
But when I watched it, I just thought, who's this? I hope I get it right. I hope he's Japanese.
Yeah, he is.
Okay, yeah. Who's this Japanese you? Just smoking all the fullbacks that is coming across. And so that's my surprise because I like I said, I can't sit here and say I knew where he was coming from. I watched him when he was 12. I didn't know that. I just saw him come to the league. I just saw him bang up. And I love Brighton because how they play football. And then watching him is just like, because we see McAllister, but we like McAllister. We see him at Argentina. So we see him on the international stage as well. But Matoma for me was just different gravy. And yeah, that's my surprise. And if I'm picking anyone outside the top 4 who I'd want to add to my team, I'd go to get him first out of everyone that's finished outside the top 4. So I think he's had a good season, steady season.
Yeah.
And man, especially what he done to my lot.
And he can go up another level because you look at the last 2-3 games where he's missed X number of chances or his goals have
hitting poles. And you're like, you
go to a better team, those goals go in.
Yeah.
So
I'm excited to see what he does next season.
Someone that can score 20 a season.
Yeah, I'm excited. So. Who's your biggest player? Surprise.
Biggest surprise. Who has there been? I don't want to say the same.
We got Odegaard and Matoma.
Matoma. Solly March.
That's a good shot.
Yeah. Him and Gross. I could actually even say Gross as well because I remember Gross came to the Premier League a bit.
I think Gross is good though.
Bang.
Yeah.
And then he came, he disappeared for a while.
Yeah, it's good.
But now he stepped
up.
But
Solly March, I'd lean.
Solly March as well, because Solly March was Solly March, bro.
Just because what you're getting out of him, you never expected that out of him.
Solly March was Solly March. You get me? But this season, his stats, his stats have even been better than Matoma's. Right? Obviously, it looks like Matoma overall is
100%.
March has been efficient in his football. So maybe March.
Yeah.
Been highly impressed. And managers are using them well, so shout out to the managers.
Yeah.
All right. Just to round up, I think I might add one more. I've got players. Just don't go too long into it. Just all I want from you guys is what you expect from these players next season. Yeah, just bear in mind what they've done.
Goals and assists,
and just what your expectation for this players this season in terms of them stepping on, or if they haven't had a good season, what do you think? How should they recover? So the first one is
Eze. 12 goals, 8 assists, depending on where he is. If he's still,
that's a lot,
bro.
Palace. 12 goals at Palace in the Premier League.
Depends if he's still at Palace. I can't see how he's ended the season. Why can't he go for 12?
I mean, Tom did ask it's what you expect of them. You expect 20 goals and assists from Eze in the Premier League. That's a lot, but if you rate that,
it doesn't have to be stats. Just in general, what you want him to do. So
I can only use stats because Palace won't do anything else.
Yeah.
So but if he's got 6 in the last 8, and he's taking penalties, Zaha's not there anymore. If he can hit 12, and if he wants to be an England regular.
Because that idiot just looks at stats. That idiot, Gareth Southgate.
Because obviously his football since QPR. I've been drooling over this boy. But if he wants to cement stuff, he needs to give them a reason not to second guess him.
Yeah. No, mine's just. I know you're not gonna watch this, but if you ever watch this, just please, just keep playing with a joy, keep playing with a smile, keep playing free. He's one of the few players I watch that he's playing football, and how he plays football, he loves it. Know them one that I love what I'm doing here. I love dropping the shoulder and going past him and flipping a pass like a 30-yarder across the line and getting it back off Elise and doing a 1-2 with Odegaard or whatever his name is. And scoring, and he actually loves. So my thing is just don't stop loving what he does, because he actually looks like one of the players that actually play. You look at Sancho, complete different. So Sancho at Dortmund played like that. And United, it's like he's playing with a frown. Like
it's like he's
playing. It's like he's playing unhappy.
With chains on him.
Where Eze is playing like free, loose, like a parachute on his back.
Like he's playing in the park.
Like so
playing with his boys.
Mine is don't ever stop playing like that.
Declan Rice,
come to Arsenal. simple as. Everyone wants you to come to Arsenal.
Retire from football, please.
No.
Cool. Your favorite striker, Nunes.
I don't care. Even be worse. If possible, be worse. If possible.
Yeah, no, he's not gonna make it, man. He's not gonna make it, man.
Out the door.
Nah, you know what? I just thought about the fee, the fee they pay for him, and what you expect. And Gakpo's playing that role too good. So
100%.
And then once Luis Diaz comes back on the left, he has to start. You're not taking Salah out.
And then Jota's still there.
And he's not.
Jota can actually play as a number 9.
Yeah.
Jota scores more headers than people that are 10 foot taller than him.
Yeah.
So
he's not. He's not gonna cut it, man.
If you're listening, Nunes, then
prove us wrong.
Prove us wrong. I've already said
you already said
at the beginning of the season, but prove us wrong, really. Like,
because what was his numbers this year? I'm sure it was maybe modest, like 7
6,
and
or something like that.
Yeah, cool. All right, Foden.
I think personally, and it's not gonna happen, but he's got to come inside, innit? So for me, he has to play as an 8, innit? But I just think with KDB still there, Gundogan leaving might open the spot out for him. So that's my expectation.
I've always looked at Foden in the middle of the park.
So for me, I want to see him in the middle of the park. That's what I want from him. I don't want to see him out left, because I just think there's just too much of him. He's just too much. The way he uses the football and manipulates the football needs to be in the middle of the park, and his passing is ridiculous. So for me, I want to see him in the middle. And I think if Gundogan does leave, Bernardo don't really play in there as much. I think he plays Bernardo in the big games out wide. Yeah. And then obviously just KDB. But then can you play KDB, Foden, and Rodri? I think you can. So yeah, that's my expectation for him. I just want to see him play in the middle.
Cool. All right, last player. Once he completes his sentence, Tony.
He's got to set up a betting shop. He's got to set up a betting shop.
That's half the season gone, fam. That's half the season.
But what is, in terms of like, what is he going to be like? The Premier League 8 months out. I bet man 2 out of the 8 months.
He'll come back banging, but the season's going to be done. It's like, I don't see him making a massive impact at the second half of the season. And it's hard.
Another question I was going to ask you is that if he wasn't banned, potentially could have left the summer.
Bro,
do you think he's going to feel obliged to stay because they stopped by him?
As soon as he got banned, first thing that came to my mind was, so now we go over our checkbook and say, we're going to pay less because he's banned. I'll buy him right now, even with the ban. I'm not going to lie to you. As soon as he got banned, first thing I thought was, if I was the guy with the checkbook, I'll go to Brentford and be like, yeah, you know what the situation is, so I'm going to give you, you're going to give me a discount of 20 million. Tony, you sit at home, I'll see you in January.
Yeah.
And literally, that's what I'd have done. Well, you can train from September. Yeah, 100.
I expect him to get back and still bag double figures.
For that second half.
Yeah.
So the only thing I can see potentially being a problem is if you're Brentford, you don't sit on your laurels. You need to get somebody as good as possible. And if they've started the season and it's going well with that new person in, and you know, sometimes it's not that you're not a better player than me, but if things are working, I'm not making this change. And I think that might be the friction, but we'll see how it goes.
Yeah, we'll
Depends
see.
on who they get.
Yeah.
All right, cool. All right, guys, last words. We only got a couple minutes. I think this is our 3rd season.
Yeah.
This is the first time, halfway through the season.
Almost won it, bro.
Thank God.
We're finally in the studio. We're recording in person. we made massive steps.
Progress.
Thank God, man. Progress, and hopefully we can continue that next season. And thanks to everyone, obviously, that does listen, watch us on YouTube. We appreciate it.
Definitely appreciate it, man.
Yeah.
Hopefully we reach higher heights next season. That's the plan. That's what we're gonna try and sit down and
100
plan over the summer. And just keep share this with friends, family, subscribe.
Concubines, everyone, man.
All the good stuff.
I just want PSA quickly. Obviously, Tom and I did the nice ones. Yeah, I'm not the nice one, innit? So my thing is, like, when you see us in public, yeah, I'm not being rude. I just don't want to talk about football all the time. Okay, I have a podcast. So if you want to know my opinions on something, yeah, like you can message me or see me, or message the podcast or follow the podcast, write a comment or something, and then I'll tell you. But if you see me out at a function or something,
At a wedding, yeah, dancing.
number one, I'm thinking about the gym already, and two, I'm not thinking. I don't want to have a conversation because I don't really talk football with a lot of people because a lot of people don't make sense to me. But I respect their opinion, but they just don't make sense to me. But the people I do a podcast with, their opinions make sense to me.
Listen to what you say.
And whatnot. So please, I'm not being rude. If I'm just like, if I'm nodding along when you're talking to me, I'm just like, I'm not being rude. I just don't want to hear what you have to say. And if you want to hear what I have to say, listen to the podcast. Or you can come on. Like,
Yeah,
come on,
you
there's a
can
seat
come on.
next to me, bro.
Literally, you
There's a
can
seat
come
next to me.
on.
You can come on in there if
Shout
you want
us,
to give your
shout
opinion.
us.
And to be fair, we need
Message
more
us.
people with wild views. To be fair,
Yeah.
yeah.
So when you look, as I said, I've always said, make sure you message us if you want to come on. Like, if you have questions that you like us to address on the pod, just send us a message.
And if you come on your shit, we'll just edit you out. But at least you'll come on in it. So,
Or we'll use it for ratings.
so it's one of those things.
All right, cool. Well, thanks for another season, people. I think we deserve this break. We've tried our best to be consistent. I know sometimes editing shit. Sometimes.
No, big shout out.
Well,
to Tom
on this
for-
podcast,
Big
we're
shout out to
honest.
Tom for the
We're
time
honest.
to put into that, man.
Yeah, but we put in a lot of time.
He's got
Yeah,
8 kids
man.
at home. It's not easy.
Exactly, it's
Eight
not easy,
kids.
bro.
It's not easy,
Got
man.
6 in Nigeria. You think it's easy? Do you think it's easy?
It's not easy, man.
All right, cool. We out. See you next season.
See you in
August.
August, man.
Peace.
Peace.